Thatcher Hayes hired a girlfriend for one night. The billionaire fashion mogul needed someone charming tonight. His 4-year-old daughter changed everything with one question. The annual Investors Gala would determine his company's future. Thatcher's fashion empire needed new funding for expansion. A polished companion would project confidence and stability. Marlo Sinclair arrived at the penthouse exactly at 7. The 23-year-old actress needed this high-paying gig desperately. Neither expected a tiny girl to steal hearts. Thatcher Hayes owned the most successful fashion house in New York. At 33, his designs graced red carpets worldwide, but tonight's gala was crucial. Investors expected to see a stable, confident leader, not a widowed single father struggling to balance boardrooms and bedtime stories. "I need someone sophisticated who can handle investors' conversations," Thatcher explained to Marlo as they prepared to leave. "Nothing inappropriate, just professional companionship to project the right image." Marlo understood completely. She had always dreamed of being an actress, spending years struggling through countless auditions, facing rejection after rejection. Small theater roles barely paid her rent, but she never gave up on her dreams. This one night's work would cover 3 months of acting classes. "I appreciate your honesty, Mr. Hayes," she replied professionally. "I will ensure your evening is exactly what you need for your business." But then, a small voice interrupted their conversation. "Daddy, is she coming to the fancy party too?" Little Kalista Fay peeked around the corner, wearing a pink tulle dress that made her look like a princess. Her blonde hair was pulled into tiny pigtails with matching ribbons, and her curious blue eyes studied Marlo with 4-year-old intensity. "Hello there, beautiful," Marlo said, crouching down to meet the child's gaze. "I love your dress. You look absolutely stunning." Something magical happened in that moment. Kalista giggled and stepped forward, without the shyness she usually showed strangers. Since her mother had passed away 2 years ago, she had been reserved around new people. But with Marlo, she bloomed instantly. "Are you really going to be my daddy's girlfriend tonight?" Kalista asked with innocent directness. Thatcher cleared his throat, slightly embarrassed. "Kalista, remember what we discussed? Miss Marlo is joining us as a friend for the party." Marlo knelt down, gently brushing a strand of hair from Kalista's face. "I would be honored to be your friend tonight, sweet girl. Would you like that?" Kalista's eyes sparkled with pure joy. "Yes! Can we be best friends?" The genuine warmth in that exchange touched something deep in Marlo's heart. She had come here for professional reasons, but looking into those hopeful eyes, she felt an unexpected connection forming. At the gala, Marlo proved to be everything Thatcher had hoped for professionally. She engaged investors in thoughtful conversations about fashion trends, listened attentively to their concerns, and projected exactly the kind of sophisticated confidence his brand needed. Her presence helped him secure 2 major funding commitments. But the real magic happened in quieter moments. While Thatcher networked, Marlo sat with Kalista in the hotel's elegant lounge, reading stories and creating art from napkins and sugar packets. Other guests smiled warmly at the sight of the young woman patiently entertaining the little girl. "You are remarkable with her," Thatcher said when he returned, his voice thick with unexpected emotion. "She has not opened up to anyone like this since her mother died." "She makes it easy," Marlo replied, watching Kalista color with intense concentration. "She has such a beautiful, pure spirit. You have raised an incredible daughter." As the evening progressed, Kalista grew sleepier, but refused to leave Marlo's side. She curled up in the young woman's lap like a trusting kitten, whispering secrets and sharing her dreams of becoming a princess when she grew up. "I wish tonight would never end," Kalista murmured drowsily. Marlo stroked the child's soft hair, her own eyes misting with unexpected tears.
Sometimes the most beautiful nights are the ones that lead to even more wonderful tomorrows. When they returned to the penthouse, Kalista held tightly to Marlowe's hand. At bedtime, she looked up with those wide, trusting eyes and asked the question that would change everything. "Can she stay forever, Daddy? Please?" The room fell completely silent, except for the gentle ticking of the grandfather clock in the hallway. Thatcher looked at Kalista, then at Marlowe, seeing something in both their faces that he had not dared to hope for in 2 lonely years. "What do you think, Marlowe?" he asked quietly. "Would you like to stay for breakfast tomorrow? Maybe we could take Kalista to the park." Marlowe smiled, squeezing Kalista's small hand. "I would love nothing more than to see what tomorrow brings with both of you." That single night became the foundation of something beautiful. Marlowe continued visiting, forming a genuine bond with both father and daughter. Inspired by Thatcher's encouragement and her own determination, she worked tirelessly for 2 years, finally achieving her dreams of becoming a successful actress and eventually a celebrated star. With her success came the opportunity to give back. Marlowe established a large acting institute dedicated to mentoring young girls who dreamed of following in her footsteps, just as Thatcher had unknowingly mentored her confidence that first night. Years later, the 3 of them had created their own unique family. They lived together in love, trust, and deep respect, connected not by formal vows, but something far stronger: genuine care, shared dreams, and the innocent wisdom of a little girl who had seen what adults were afraid to hope for. Sometimes the most meaningful relationships, Marlowe would often tell her students, grow not from passion or promises, but from moments of pure connection, mutual respect, and the courage to let love develop naturally. Their story proved that the most beautiful families are built on emotional bonds and guidance and trust rather than traditional expectations. And it all began with one little girl's simple question that opened hearts and changed lives forever.